Hello? Okay, you're laughing. Okay, that's a good start. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to this performance. I'm sure you're all looking at your playbills, and if you're not, look at your playbills. You'll see a naked alien. And one of the things that you'll see is the title is One Bugging BBB Beep. You can thank Siri for that. That's all I will say. Moving on. This performance will be presented with count them, 5 minutes, count them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 minutes intermission. If you have to pee, do it then. If you would like to use your phone to take pictures, please do. If I see you texting or having a phone call, I will Patty LaPone the show. And don't think I won't. Who do you think you are? You heard the announcement before the show! I'll do it, mid-song. I don't care. So, without further ado, the American Musical and Dramatic Academy and the New York City, where concrete jungle, where dreams are made of, presents Zachary Allen Roberts in One Bugging BBB BEEP. Oh. I can't light no more of your darkness. Pictures seem to fade to black and white. I'm growing tired, and time stands still before me. Frozen here on the ladder of my life. Too late to save myself from falling. I took a chance and changed your way of life. But you misread my meaning when I met you. Closed the door and left me blind by the light. Don't let the sun go down on me. Although I search myself, it's always someone else I see. I just allow a fragment of your life to wander free. But losing everything feels like the sun going down on me. And I can't find the right romantic line. But see me once and see the way I feel. Don't discard me just because you think I mean you harm. But these cuts I have, oh, they need love to help them heal. Don't let the sun go down on me. Although I search myself, it's always someone announcement? No phones. Thank you. Anyway, our story tonight begins at Northwestern High School, not this Northwestern Junior Senior High School, although I'm very happy to perform here because I graduated like 3 years ago in like a month, which is, let's say it's crazy. But at Northwestern High School that is now torn down and is a grass lot. It was 2009. Mrs. Jensen and I decided before the show that I was 14. And what happened was I had been looking for a reason to perform, find a hobby, a passion for a while. I did karate for a minute. Seriously, I tried karate and it wasn't worth it. Too much physical activity for me. They wanted me to run like a 5 miles in order to get my black belt. No, not happening. The next thing that I tried, and I wish that I was making this up, but I tried to play the bagpipes, and that's real. My dad had a friend who played the bagpipes, and he was like, "I'll teach you how to play the bagpipes, young man." And I did it, and I played it once, and then I put it down and never touched it again. It's kind of weird. I tried so many things, but for years I had thought maybe being in front of people and performing was what I was meant to do. I had made like hundreds of YouTube videos, some of which had to be deleted because they were inappropriate for a kid my age. But that was something that I thought I would like to do, to stand in front of people and entertain them, hopefully. So in 7th grade, Mrs. Jensen asked us why we had chose choir over band. My answer was simple: to train my voice for the high school productions. And she remembered that. And when she announced the musical My Favorite Year, I had no idea what it was, and I'm sure no one else did either. But it turned out to be a great show, right? So My Favorite Year is about Benji Stone, who is the youngest, newest writer on the biggest show in the 50s, the King Kaiser Comedy Cavalcade. Think like Saturday Night Live, kind of. And the week that the show takes place in is the biggest week of Benji's life because his hero and someone he looks up to as a father, Alan Swan, the biggest movie star at the time, is going to be on their show, and Benji gets to look after him. So he's pooping. He's so excited. So I went in and I auditioned, and I walked in and I don't even know if I'd hit puberty yet, let's be honest. And I sang to Mrs. Jensen, Miss Van Gorder. No, it was Mrs. Jensen at the time, I'm retarded. And then I sang Ain't No Sunshine by Bill Withers. Ain't no sunshine when she's gone. And when she posted the cast list, I was surprised to see Benji Stone. Dot, 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 Zachary Roberts. Are you kidding me? Okay, I'm a freshman. This is my first time ever doing a show, ever in my entire life. And I got the lead. Yeah, it's real, this really happened. I got the lead. I was going to be Benji Stone in my first ever musical. Uncle Morty used to send me to the movies. Here's a nickel, kid, cheer up and go. And though I was only 7, I discovered heaven at the RKO. Blue lights, pink lights, stars in the ceiling. Organ as big as a Buick, and a screen as tall as the Great Wall of China. Red rugs, gold stairs, porcelain angels, and everything bigger and better and larger than life. Now at first I was strictly a Western man, but then one Saturday afternoon, I saw Defender of the Crown, Warner Brothers, 1941 Technicolor, starring Alan Swan. Daring, loyal, kind but courageous, hero as big as a Buick, and a cape, a sword, and a bevy of maidens. He was movies. Me, I was 7. And gee, he was bigger and better and larger than life. See, life wasn't capes, flashing swords, and parapets. Life wasn't Alan Swan or Robin Hood. Life was your father going out for cigarettes and deciding he was going out for good. Is a nickel, kid. Cheer up and go. Swan is playing at the RKO. Sure, it was possible. If he met my mom in 34, maybe had a fling with her in his cabana at the Chateau Marmont, well, there was every reason to believe that there could be the remote possibility that the man who went out for the Chesterfields, well, he wasn't my real father at all. I wasn't some stupid kid whose father got tired of him and walked out. I was the bastard son of Alan Swan! Daring, loyal, kind but courageous. A hero as big as I needed in the technicolor embrace of a maiden. Swan, my hero and possible father. He stood and he fought and he never ran. Oh no. He was bigger and better and larger than life, and he lived for me at the RKO. Paul Poundstone said that once, so I say it now. Being in my favorite year was easily one of the greatest experiences of my life. I could list them all off to you, but count that my favorite year is one of them. I made some of the best friendships I've ever had, and I learned a lot about performing and techniques and stuff like that. I learned theater etiquette that at 7:07 you're still on time if the show starts at 7, but anything after that, absolutely not. I learned a lot, and the biggest thing I learned was that this was it. This was what I was meant to do with the rest of my life. This was my purpose. I truly thought that. I had found my other half, if you will. See, in our society, we talk a lot about the need to find another person to complete us, that, we tell ourselves that we're some sort of half monster until we find the person that completes us. And it's a beautiful sentiment, it really is, but why couldn't I just perform for the rest of my life and have 13 cats? But, we all tell ourselves that one day he'll come and he'll rush us off our feet and we'll ride on to the sunset on a white horse. Maybe just say yes, Well, it didn't happen for me. I thought in high school I would meet the man of my dreams, and then we would live happily ever after, and we would tell our children of all of our romantic escapades from high school until death. Well, that didn't happen. So I was like, maybe college. Maybe college will be it. But I was all right with waiting. I was all right with just performing in every opportunity I had, which was 10 musicals in Northwestern. Oh, thank you. You're hot. You're hot and bathing in it. Anyway, what I learned was I was all right doing this. I was fine. This was my other half. But that didn't mean I wasn't looking. Stretched up to the sky, sometimes higher. Folks roamed the earth like big rolling kegs. They had 2 sets of arms, they had 2 sets of legs, they had 2 faces peering out of one giant head, so they could watch all around them as they talked while they read, and they never knew nothing of love. It was before origin of love, the origin of love. But there were 3 sexes then, one that looked like 2 men glued up back to back, called the children of the sun, and similar in shape and girth were the children of the earth. They looked like 2 girls rolled up in one. And the children of the moon looked like a fork shoved on a spoon. They were part sun, part earth, part daughter, part son. Ooh, the origin of love. Now the gods grew quite scared of our strength and defiance, and Thor said, I'm gonna kill them all with my hammer, like I killed the giants. But Zeus said, no, you better let me use my lightning like scissors, like I cut the legs off the whales, dinosaurs into lizards, and then he grabbed up some bolts. He let out a laugh. He said, I'll split them right down the middle, gonna cut them right up in half. And the storm clouds gathered above into great balls of fire. And then fire shot down from the sky in bolts like shining blades of a knife, and it ripped right through the flesh of the children of the sun and the moon and the earth. And some Indian god sewed the wound up to a hole, pulled it round to our belly to remind us the price we paid. And Osiris, the gods of the Nile, gathered up a big storm to blow a hurricane, to scatter us away in a flood of wind and rain, a sea of tidal waves to wash us all away. If we don't behave, they'll cut us down again. We'll be hopping around on 1 foot and looking through 1 eye. Just split in 2. You were looking at me, I was looking at you. You had a way so familiar I could not recognize, cause you had blood on your face. I had blood in my eyes, but I could swear by your expression that the pain down in your soul was the same as the one down in mine. Oh, that's the pain that cuts a straight line down through the heart. We called it love. We wrapped our arms around each other, tried to shove ourselves back together. We were making love, making love. It was a cold, dark evening, such a long time ago, when by the mighty hand of Jove. It was a sad story how we became lonely, 2 legged creatures. It's a story of the origin of love. That's the origin of love. Oh yeah, the origin of love. Oh, the origin of love, love, love. The origin brought to you by Pure Aqua, purified water. It's a healthy alternative and for Earth efforts and essential for life. Because of this whole other half thing that we tell ourselves, I think somewhere deep down I always thought that, it didn't happen in high school, so college is the next best thing. So I think when Mrs. Rutan suggested, Columbia College of Chicago, it kind of just made sense. It didn't factor into my decision, but there was a little voice back there saying, "Hey, buddy, you might fall in love." But I didn't listen to it. I picked the school because it had a great performing arts program, I thought. And I thought, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life, so why go to school and study law and as a backup when I could just go and study what I wanted to do and live happily ever after? So I picked Columbia, and when it came time to move in, I just burped, excuse me. When it came time to move in, I had already sent my roommates an email. I had 3 roommates because we had an apartment. It was 2 bedrooms, a kitchen, and a bathroom. Schwanky, if I do say so myself. And what happened is the 2 bedrooms were 2 people. So in this bedroom were Daniel from St. Paul, Minnesota, and Josh from, it doesn't matter, Georgia. And then in the other room was Zach from Decatur, Illinois. So you can imagine, as I was sending this email, it was kind of awkward. It was bound to be awkward because you're moving in with 3 people you've never met before in your entire life. So I sent out an email saying, "Hello, I'm Zach. I'm a performing arts major. I'm very excited to move in. I hope you guys don't kill me." The only person to ever respond to that email was Zach. He said he was a fashion photography major, that he was from Illinois, and that he graduated valedictorian. But he seemed like a nice guy, so we ended up texting a lot, and kind of got a friendly vibe going by the time we moved in. In fact, he was moved in before I was. So we show up there that day, and there's this very handsome young man already coming to the door to greet us. "Hello," he says. His family is still some of the nicest people I've ever met, but I walk in, and he comes up and he shakes my hand. He's got the softest hands I think I've ever felt. The only hands softer were Barack Hussein Obama's, because I'm dead. He had soft hands. The president should always have, never mind, okay. Shook his hands and I noticed, wowza, that's some good hair. You got eyes, too. Sure are pretty. And his smile was nice. He had like little dimples, and his teeth were pearly white, and he was dressed nicely, and he had some features. It was good. I was pleased. And it was good. It's good to have one attractive roommate because let's talk about the other 2 just for a second. Daniel, long ratty hair and never cleaned up after himself, and Josh, the clean freak who cleaned every day of the week and then moved out because our apartment was too dirty. That's a whole other show, though. So I look at Zach, and all of a sudden, like, we're friends. I could tell, it wasn't going to be too much longer before I started to fall for him. you know just what to say, and you know just what to do, and I want to tell you so much. I love you. I care. Sometimes I feel my heart will overflow. Hello, I've just got to let you know, 'cause I wonder where you are, and I wonder what you do. Are you somewhere feeling lonely, or is someone loving you? Tell me how to win your heart, for I haven't got a clue. But let me start by saying I love you. Just got to let you know, 'cause I wonder where you are, and I wonder what you do. Are you somewhere feeling lonely, or is someone loving you? Tell me how to win your heart, for I haven't got a clue. But let me start by saying over the next couple of days, Zach and I started hanging out a lot. Picked it up at Spencer's Gifts. It's actually from New York City. Anyway, we started hanging out a lot, and for me it was partly necessity because I didn't know a single living soul in Chicago other than Oprah Winfrey. So, you know, it wasn't, I occasionally thought I ran into the mayor on the streets, but then why would the mayor just be walking down the street? So the only person I ever really had to hang out with was Zach. But don't get me wrong, I liked it, you know? There was just like a connection between us. You know when you meet someone, whether you're gonna be friends or if you're gonna hate it for the rest of your life. Well, I thought friends first, and we just hit it off. Like, we did everything together. We went to see the abandoned Harpo Studios, and I peed. I walked outside, I was like, oh! This is where the cars were! This is where she parked, and this is where she drove in! You're all getting a car! You know, I was so excited. I looked like a crazy person. But it was when I would catch him looking at me in, like, the reflection of the train, or just, he sat so close to me sometimes, it was all right. But it wasn't until I met the girls across the hall that I really thought about maybe there was something more than friendship here. You see, we had to go to a floor meeting where you just sit with everybody that you're going to live with, and you sit there and you rip off pieces of toilet paper, and for each piece of toilet paper, you're gonna tell a fact about yourself. So some people are over here like, I need extra toilet paper, so they're taking the whole roll. I mean, knowing that they're gonna have to say like 26 facts about this. My name starts with a P. You know, it's stupid. It's always the worst part of anything, especially like when you gotta do that weird thing where it's like, find a name or a letter, a word that starts with the same letter as your name, and mine's always Zucchini Zach. What's your favorite animal that starts with your name? Zebra. So we're doing that, and I don't remember what it was. I remember what it was, but I said something, and they were like, we need to be his friend. So they came over, and there were 4 of them, and they all show up at the door like Jehovah's Witnesses, and they're like, hey, we've got this great thing going on across the hall. We're dancing to ABBA. Out the door I was. Walk in the door, we got some Dancing Queen playing. I was into it. We were dancing. We were having a great time. And we shared secrets that some of you people still don't know, you know? Not a lot. You know, it's not like I killed a man or anything like that. You know? We just shared a lot of secrets. We were very in common. There was Beverage. There was Josie from Illinois, Becca, also from Illinois, Tori from Florida, and Juliana, who called herself Jules, also from Florida. The first thing they asked me after we had, you know, danced our little baby boy hearts out was, you dating that? You dating that boy? And I was like, no. No, but in a perfect world, you know, but I didn't know, because it's a weird thing with people. You can't just walk up to them and be like, you like boys? Or do you like the girls? You can't do it, because if they're like conservative, they're gonna be like, absolutely not! How dare you! I got a girlfriend at home, or something like that. And if they are, you know, if they're just not comfortable with it, it's always the same. It's weird. You can't do it. You can't do it. Hence the plight of the LGBT community. Right now. It's hard. You can't do it. But they convinced me to do it. So here he is. You know, he's getting dressed. I don't know. He's doing something. And I walk in and I go up and I'm like, I got something to ask you. Hey, bud. How's your day? Good, yeah, thanks. How's yours? Oh, yeah, it's pretty good. Are you gay? Oh, no. He laughs. He said, oh, no. You know, I'm not looking for a relationship. Sorry to disappoint. See you later. You kidding me? I'm not looking for a relationship. You're 19, you're looking for a relationship. That's a cop-out. That's a cop-out. It was the same thing I would say in like 7th grade, you know, when you asked me, I'd be like, no man, I like girls and stuff. Yeah, it was the 19-year-old version of that. I'm gonna focus on my studies. Maybe I should have listened to him, you know? But I didn't. I envisioned in my head, that's a cop-out, he's in the closet, come out, whatever you want. Because I just kept thinking, you know, there's something special between here. What if we're meant to be? What if this is who I'm going to spend the rest of my life with? What if he's straight? What if he hates me? What if we're just friends? What if he's the one? A little twinge, a little shock, a little whisper at the bottom of your memory. A sudden wind, a gentle knock, and then a rustle in the leaves. You hold your breath, you check the lock, you reassure yourself there's nothing at the window. But you're wondering, what to do. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. You turn a Wouldn't it be fine to share the weather in her eyes, her hair, her footsteps as she climbs the stair, the shadow in her light? But everything you know is true, and everything you want to do, and everything that makes you you collides against the night. And nothing's black and white. But you're wondering, you're wondering, you're wondering what to do. You're wondering, you're wondering if it's true. Nothing's gonna happen. Nothing has to happen. There will now be a 5-minute intermission. Go pee.